anti-plagiarism mechanism for your institution. So I would be happy to discuss this further with you.
The last question at the back, at the back.
Yeah, hi. My name is question is probably to everybody. Do we have any benchmarks to follow on the scope of ICT? You know, it's like how much ICT is enough for me, and like if I go and talk to Mr. Pathak, probably he has different requirements from the VC of the Karnataka Open. So can we have some benchmarks, maybe by IGNU or maybe by Ernst & Young in the form of a report, or this much should be there at least in an ICT.
The last word is to Professor Srivatsam, who started the deliberations today. So he will not only answer your question, also sum up any other points which you have missed out. Thank you, Professor.
Well, I would like to react. Let me go in the reverse order because the last person will be anticipating a response. Actually, benchmarks for how much ICT, first of all, we have to define the approach of measuring the impact of ICT or incorporation of ICT into a system. Within IGNU itself, we are raising this debate. And in fact, yesterday I gave one of the friends a paper which you can download on the net on reinventing e-learning, reaching e-learning to the unreached. But I'm trying to work with a team to develop what I call a course maturity rating. It's a kind of enabling rating. It is not to comment on the thing. This course maturity rating is, okay, very first level of maybe 1-star rating, so to say, means you have got a web-based facility to interact with students, something like that. A 2-star rating means approved resources are available, posted and accessible online. That means increasing the star rating means increase the level of ICT in an effective manner to address the teaching learning process. I'm trying to introduce this so that we can modulate and moderate the way ICT is incorporated in each course. It's a big challenge. In fact, I have to involve the entire IGNU in its debate, and we are doing that. Others are most welcome. This could be a good topic for National Association for Educational Excellence also to take up and post standards on that. But how well an institution is evolved, there are many things. Not only, for example, Washington Accord and all stipulate something. This is very important because India is going to supply 25% of the workforce in 10 years' time, world workforce, and we need to have our people internationally accredited, and that is another kind of challenge. Coming to plagiarism, I believe the best way to avoid plagiarism is force the content to be published under Creative Commons license on the internet. It will immediately scan, everything comes out, the community will find it out, the Google search will find it out, and there is an open society moderation. It's a big advantage for open access publishing is that plagiarism is automatically screened by the very internet itself. So in IGNU, we are steadily putting all our content in the open, so that even those who are authoring will have to be cautious that it is going to be scanned on the internet. So that fear will sort of remove the plagiarism. Of course, when it is plagiarism at the level of students' project reports, thesis and all, there are companies which offer services. You can ask them to scan, like Turnitin is one example, and they may charge so much rupees per thesis, and we have to work out a revenue business model. It's a very hard thing in IGNU when we have BCA, MCA program projects come tens of thousands. How do we know the same thesis is not duplicated and produced by others? Obviously, it's a BPO we need. Yes, once you put Creative Commons license, automatically it is coming under a certain copyright issues. Okay, it is protected. Actually, we need a separate workshop or session on open access publishing. There's a lot of license issues. There is GNU public document license, GNU Creative Commons writings, and so on. The other thing is that it is not what we are teaching, it is how we are teaching. That becomes the fundamental aspect, and how we assure the learning teaching engagements in the learners by the system concerned and the peer-to-peer interaction. Can we create that quality learning ambience that exists in our IITs or others in the web, using web communities? But I may say that IIT Bombay, Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham, they have now developed an open source product called AView, which allows such kind of peer-to-peer engagement on the learning. You put it in the cloud as a service and try to develop a revenue model for it. I think a lot can be done in this area and we should learn from Google how we have gone about, and we can create this new class of industries. Okay, then I want to address this pillar to post running experience. Actually, there is a problem in the Indian education system because of the way it is regulated. Again, the councils are the part of the problem to blame, and the universities also. We do not let people qualified up to a level to migrate to a higher level, or qualified, say, in BSc to go to medicine or engineering. We don't have enough avenues. We choke the people's forward path. In this, IGNOU has opened up several options. One is, of course, was mentioned by Professor Pathak himself. We run what is called the Bachelor Preparatory Program, which if you pass, for certain degree programs of IGNOU, it is automatic admission. The reason is, there is a UGC norm. You can't enter into a degree unless you have a 12th pass out. Okay? Then how do you overcome people who have done 10th, maybe they have done vocational, how they come back to a degree program? So IGNOU allows this Bachelor Preparatory Program, which is a 6 months notional program. You may take 1 year to complete. It's flexible. I'm sure those who are in the ODL system, they already know. We can redesign this program and realign the program for modern times with open mode, so that those people who have done this bridge are considered equivalent to +2. So these kind of gaps are gone. The other thing we have done is the community colleges program. It is a vast opportunity. For example, Army is now running IGNOU community colleges. We have 50,000 people, something like that in the Army, which is again to bridge this problem. A lot of youngsters join the Army as soldiers. Where will they go for livelihood after they retire? And they retire at the age 40 years old. And so we have to capture them, and this will give them a livelihood opportunity, which means about 1 day a week they are engaged in this. Okay, there are many such things. So anyway, time is running out. So we will continue the debate on the internet.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and also.
One question, please. A serious and very interesting.
Yeah, please.
Kindly allow me only half second.
Yes.
So actually, I am basically mechanical engineer. I am retired as senior mechanical engineer from Indian Railways. I am working as associate professor in an engineering college, private engineering college here. And I wanted to do my MS through online from US. So I have tried from California, South University, and I have acquired my MS degree. Now I want to go for a doctorate, PhD. But I want to just have any university that is awarding MS from India. I mean, for the on life experience basis, or any PhD being awarded on the life experience basis from India, any university, or is it valid, whatever the degree I'm getting from US?
Okay, this is a personal question. Sit down. Please kindly sit down. Please. Yeah. Now we want to thank all the panelists, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for a very invigorating session, especially the panelists. Thank you very much.